been staring into this chasm. So the space in front of me between where I am now and where I want to be. And I've been met with this deep, big resistance to taking this massive leap forward. I have danced around it. I have avoided it. I have rejected it. And after a while, I actually just got really tired of that much maneuvering when all of my energy could actually be spent on propelling myself forward. And in the exhaustion of feeling like I was just running on the same place, I thought to myself, we know this. And I find a lot of the time, this work around speaking and coaching and development is often just reminding people of what they already know. But we know this, that resistance is actually such useful information into coming to understand ourselves. It is such a great entry point into understanding what is really important to us and where a lot of our fears and where a lot of our desires reside. And I slowed down long enough to really start to dive into that. And it gave me the same energy as, when you have sunglasses on your head and in that moment of panic of being like, oh shit, I don't know where I put them, you start looking everywhere else but on your head or where you last left them. Whereas if you just slowed down for half a second and checked in with yourself, you would realize where they were. And I think that's much the same with our journey, right? When we hit a moment of panic, of resistance, of fear, when we feel like we are stuck, we panic and we start searching in every place but ourselves, essentially. And in pausing, slowing down and coming to understand, what is this resistance? If I use it as really useful information, what is it trying to say? What is it trying to communicate with me? And that's what I think is really important, is learning what your cues are. So getting to know yourself to a point that you know what these cues are trying to tell you. Much like when you are hungry and your body sends you a hunger cue, you know that is your signal to go and eat something so you can fuel your body. So if you can start to view your resistance or your avoidance or your fear as a cue, much like your hunger cue, we'll come to learn that there's actually a lot of really useful information there for us. It'll help us navigate a way forward. So for me in particular, it's been around adding value and having this paralyzing fear that what I have to say is not valuable enough or will not be useful enough to people. And in my reading and research and trying to align with like-minded people, I came across Zach Pogrob and his challenge, which is the PR30 challenge, PR standing for press record. So you have to record a video once a day for 30 days. Unfiltered, raw, and as Zach says, press record and tell truth. And in doing this challenge, I am not hoping to, I am going to overcome this paradox that I feel around adding value, where I've been so scared that I'm not going to add value that I haven't done anything. I haven't even attempted to find, what do I think is the most valuable thing to say? And the paradox there is, the less I say, the less I try and communicate and articulate thoughts, the less valuable my thoughts will be because I wouldn't have been able to iterate them. So through this process of iteration, of refining thoughts, of sharing thoughts, of seeing how they resonate, I am going to overcome my fear of not being able to add value, as well as actually creating value by being authentic and by showing up consistently. This was day one, and I'm very excited for the rest of the journey. Keep watching. Much like the sunglass analogy, there is this really beautiful, almost like a folktale story that really speaks to how what we are seeking is within us, that we are what we seek. And it speaks about the creator saying to the universe and its creations, I want to hide something from humans until they are ready for it. And what it is that the creator is trying to hide is the knowing, or humans knowing, that they have the ability to create their own reality. So the creator asks the various creations, where should it be hidden? And the one says, oh, I'll go and hide it at the top of the mountain. And the creator says, no, they'll go and find it there. And the other one says, no, I'll go and hide it on the moon. And the creator says, no, they'll find their way there too. And another one says, well, then I'll go and bury it at the bottom of the ocean. And the creator says, no, the humans will go there too. So finally, one of them says, why don't we hide it within themselves? And the creator says, and then it is done. And I think it's such a beautiful story about how we look everywhere but ourselves. And we have the most useful information about ourselves. And we're actually constantly communicating with ourselves about what is wrong, what we need, where the pathway is. But we become so fixated on trying to remove the obstacle that we forget, as Marcus Aurelius said, that the obstacle is the way.